Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, my precious pack, and welcome back once more to World of Tanks. Monday's off to a very good start so far with the Vega video earlier today. Naturally, still not the best flying, as I said in said video, but still improvement for all of you. Yeah. Means that every single one of you can take exactly what was done in that video, improve upon it, because naturally you should be better at flying than me because I mainly rely on dreadnoughts. So, what do we have here in World of Tanks for today? Well, easy actually. We have a match that can be best described as 4 tier 9s, one of which is stock, one of which never carries premium rounds, and 2 unknowns enter a city. Our Type 5s, they're out in the field, as you can see down there in the bottom corner. They're not actually participating in the fight over here in the city. They're going to push to the other side, and, well, I clearly state what I have to say about that, because I'm sitting here typing now. Come on, where's the message? No, it doesn't take me that long to type. I didn't tab out of the game, come on. It's pretty bad when you're telling yourself to hurry up. But what happened is this. I do not carry premium rounds, and I know I can't go through the lower plate, and I can't get through the turret. Now, it shows orange there, but I'm not going to chance it because I know for a fact that it would most likely ricochet off. Now, if he's driving, if the mouse driver is moving directly at me, I should have a chance of punching through the lower plate. But that involves not being seen in the process, and so far haven't been spotted. And I do have 6th sense on the tank, so I at least know when I get seen. And right now I'm thinking, well, I could load high explosive and I could start spamming from the bush, or we could hold our fire and do something else. Because I don't feel like fighting a mouse head on. I doubt the M103, the WZ-111-14, or the T-10 feel like that either. Now, in an ideal situation, what I'd want him to do is I want him to take the position I'm at right now so we can get him into a 2-point crossfire. So he has to decide who he wants to block and who he's going to take damage from. Now, if possible, I would never want to take damage from a T-55A because they'll start eating your health away bit by bit. And both the matches I have for you today, this one and the other one, I have bond equipment on both of my vehicles. And this is one of the things I save up and I pick up because I don't use the candy or anything like that because I have the automatic fire extinguishers on just about every single vehicle. So what I actually do is I rely on bond equipment to boost me up that little bit, and that means that I have a 6.1 second reload in my T-55A, and in my Renegade I have an 8.1 second reload. And I can push that number down further by simply using the directives. And I do actually have a bunch of the directives, but I don't use them all the time. In situations like this, I actually think it would have been better to use the directives because it would have allowed me to take some chancy shots and not worry too much about the reload. Even though I'm not really worried about it right now because, I mean, 6.1 second reload. Fire, move back, fire again. That's basically how you want to fight. So. Oh, the broadside of a mouse. Yes, that's exactly what I want. So, 321 already. So, first damage roll was pretty much average for the 100mm gun you have aboard this one. This little itty bitty tank. I say little itty bitty because I drive actually 40 plus ton tanks more often than not, and in the case of the Renegade, much closer to 50. And this is the first time I actually get to see in that entire match. By the UDES 1516, and I didn't even realize he was over here on this side of the map. But the Type 5s on my team, they're pushing through. And I stopped to say, well, they finally saw me, and it cost me 475 hit points. Oh, and RNG doesn't even let me do damage there because I was looking for the lower plate, found the lower plate, and couldn't pen said lower plate. Well, that's no issue because I know now, due to seeing the green, aim a little bit more towards the center of the tank. And that's exactly what I do. 299, second damage roll. And he's just sitting out in front of me. Now I know I'll beat his reload every day of the week. Hey, a fire. Nice. And of course that one had to ricochet. That would have been the decent shot. That would have been the shot to put him out of the match. Oh, by the way, the match is over. The Type 5s that pushed the other side, they basically cleared everything. That's just a matter of racking up the damage on the mouse. And that is precisely what everybody does here. Ah, yeah. Broadside again. And I have no idea what that 25-ton AP was doing, but he's in the drink now. And that's it. The fight's over just like that. Interesting and entertaining, right? Not really. On to the next video if you didn't think this one was interesting. I wasn't joking when I said there was 2 videos today. So this one is going to be the Renegade, and we're over here on, well, I always forget the name of it, Steeps. So yeah, here we are. Renegade again with the Bond equipment. No directive. And one thing I have to say about the Bond equipment is due to the rate at which I've been earning bonds more recently, I'm probably going to put it on a lot of my vehicles because, well, 1, increases the stats just a little bit. 2, it's... I literally don't use the premium consumables other than the automatic fire extinguisher, and I mean, more often than not, I get a bunch of those from the missions whenever they show up or anything. I've got like 1,200 and something of them currently, or 329 of them. I have 1,000 something of one of the 3 premium consumables, whether it's the large repair kits, the large med kit, or the fire extinguisher. I just have a lot of one of them. But at the moment, what do we want to do? Well, we want to push because I kind of don't want to sit out in the open because they have an artillery. GW Tiger. Not a bad damage roll. Average, actually. But right now we're pushing through and the heavy is leading the way against the enemy mediums. That means that since we haven't seen a heavy tank over here, they're all on the other side of the map. So we have an IS-3, VK-101P, AMX-49 Liberté, and a 703 version 2 122mm on their side of the map. Well, on the opposite side, backed up by an IS-2-2. So, who's going to win that fight? Well, most of the enemy heavy tanks are over there, so I'm going to bet on the enemy team because they have the numbers advantage in terms of heavies. So, we need to push, and we need to do so now because if we don't, they're going to take over that side of the map and they're going to walk right into the base. Well, that's not what happens. Because we basically get bogged down right here for the next, 2 minutes? 2.5, 3 minutes? I don't even remember, but while we're stuck here trying to fight the tank destroyers, their heavy tanks are just pushing continuously through the open. Oh, and their T-26E5 is over there, along with the IS-3A, and a few others. So, there's a multitude of issues. 1, I don't know how to aim. 2, I've lost half my health due to nothing but the artillery fire, so I'm not going to sit over here any longer because just continuing to be hammered away at by the artillery isn't an enjoyable experience. Losing health to the thing that I can't fire back at. All the while, the heavy tanks on the other side of the map, they're collapsing. There's 2 of them left. IS-3, the 703-2, 122. And I can't say the IS-22 is with them anymore because it's actually moving through the middle of the map. So, time to fall back and defend the base. I've lost half my health, so theoretically, I'm a one-shot for any of their double-barrel tanks if they penetrate both rounds through the front of my tank's chassis, or get double shots into the cupola somehow. I mean, the mini turret on top of the turret. That also serves as a weak point. So, what do I want to do now? There's absolutely no one else up here. That is 2-2 is being swarmed by the LT-432 and the 53 TP. The 703 on my team is actually falling back to defend with me, so I'm at least going to have that assistance. The P-44 Pantera is moving back as well, so right now the match also seems fairly even in terms of tank losses. Well, we've lost most of our heavy tanks, and they've lost, well, next to none of theirs. As a matter of fact, they've lost none. And for every one tank we keep losing, they lose one. And they just lost a very good tank, and that was the TS5. I have the same vocal, and I have to say that I just love the DPM output of that little war machine. It unleashes all kinds of devastation when it gets to where it's going. Issue is, it moves like a slug. Although, the rate of fire mixed with the penetration and the aim time, it isn't half bad. Its accuracy, I try and fight up close for a reason with that tank. And now, I see that most of their heavy tanks are moving back, and I see and hear that they're firing over there, so I'm just trying to think, should I move over there to where they're at, or should I wait? Because we still have yet to see the IS-22 and the 703-2 122. He still hasn't shown up. We still have no... Oh, never mind. They showed up. They're on the ridge. It should be a fairly easy shot into the side of the turret. Maybe? No, that was a bounce. Well, not all the shots are going to be perfect. But due to that, the 703 on my team, right in front of me to the left, is actually one shot now. So they can't take another hit. The enemy team's just even the odds, and Tankster on my team just even them. Oh, like I said, 1 for 1 every single time. Now I'm falling back because I don't want to get caught out in the open. They have lost their artillery, but they have a tank advantage now, and it's all heavy tanks left. So if all of them decide to push as one, well, it's going to come down to crossfires and stuff like that. And the 703 on my team, I was expecting him to be destroyed moving through the open, but he actually wasn't. So they're now sitting safely near the cap on the opposite side of the ridgeline. But that's an issue because I haven't seen the IS-3A in a little while, so they could be anywhere right now. And I wanted to move back because I didn't want to get caught out in the open from where I was at by the IS-3A. But now the 703 is in the same position, so I'm thinking, well, if the IS-3 is doing what I think they're doing, they're crossing through the open. So theoretically, I should be able to cut them off, and at least prevent them from getting into a double fight. And right now I'm looking for long shots because I didn't spot the 703 when I poked over the IS-3A when I poked over the hill. The 703 is engaged with their 703 at the northern side of the map. And the 703 is asking their artillery to fire in the general direction of theirs. And the enemy's other 703 happens to be in the open there, as you saw. Which is lucky. Oh, hey. One shot. Oh, right. I forgot it's Russian. It's got, like, spaced armor. Hitting it from the side is near impossible for this gun at this range. And yet I can do that. Then again, that's mostly flat armor on the side. However, a very, very juicy high roll, 429. And the IS-3A was spotted doing exactly what I thought he was going to be doing. Moving through the open. I don't know exactly what their intention is there, but I can't let them cut off and get into a fight with the 703 on my team because, well, right now we have a numbers advantage again. And due to the double barrel tanks being a kind of magazine fed tank, but also the double shot tank, I have no idea how many rounds that IS-3A has spent. Because for all I know, they've been driving along, firing their weapon in the open, and not doing much of anything. On the other hand, they could have a fully loaded 3-round magazine ready just for me. And I'm trying to take every shot I can at that 53 TP. And I don't have sixth sense on this tank, but I had a gut feeling here when I drove in the open that someone spotted me. And, well, guess what? I didn't get spotted, but I definitely had a shot on them, and I forget. It's a Russian tank, so it bounced off the side. Should have aimed for the engine there, so that was poor aiming on my part. And it cost the 703 on my team the vehicle. So they're going back to the garage now. But we're not done yet. Can I get the shot on him? He's in the open. I should be able to shoot the lower. Nope. Can't even shoot the lower plate correctly. Now their 703 is moving through the open towards me. The S3 is a one-shot, and I want to try and find them, because if I can get them out of the fight, I can at least hope that something... Oh, hey, I don't have to hope something would happen. Artillery just nailed their 703. And their IS-3A just bounced off my turret. Now, I have no idea where he fired at, so I can assume he's behind... Oh, never mind. And... Come on, someone. There we go. Now, just 703 over here, and this should be an easy shot. Oh, never mind. The ground ate that one, because why not? Amuse me, little 703. Well, that's nearly the end of the video, and as you can see, it ends right here. These types of matches don't happen very often, but I enjoy them when they do. Hopefully you did as well. Be safe out there, my pack. Happy hunting, and as always, I'll see you later.